This is Tank and G show. Yeah, you know what to do. We talk about sports, and today, what's going on with Debo? Let's go. What's up, my beautiful people? It's been about 2 weeks, I think, but it's your boy Gio.
It's your boy Donkey. What it do?
What it do, people? Today, it's been a tough couple weeks for me with Debo. I've been sad, and I sent a meme to my girl, or I texted her like, yo, I've been struggling, like I don't know what to do. And she was freaking out. She was like, oh my God, like what's up? Like talk to me. And I was like, I don't know if I can continue doing this. And she was like what's going on? And I was like, babe. And then I sent her the report that Debo requested a trade, and she was like, oh my God. Cause it's true, like she don't get it. Like it affects me. Like that's her heart and soul. And yeah, she didn't get it. But yeah, here we are. I think this was last week. Big news. What was your initial thoughts hearing that Debo's like, yo, I want out of SF?
Bro, there was rumors and there was all these reports coming out, but I was like, what the hell? And I just didn't really believe it. And once it was like 90% confirmed that he requested a trade, I was like, fuck. That's a big tough loss if we do lose him to somebody else. I was in shock, just to put it in simple words.
Well, I mean, it's mostly, it's just hearsay. We actually don't know what really went on. We don't know what's going on, if it's just a tactic. Because at the end of the day, Debo deserves his money. Well, what he did for our team, he deserves to get paid. And I feel like the Niners, I was talking about this. I just feel like the Niners want to pay Debo, but they take their times with their extensions. Last year, Warner, he got paid before training camp. Same with Kittle. So they thought, all right, we're going to take it slow. We're going to pay him. We're going to try to trade Jimmy, get that money out of the books, and we're going to pay Debo. But obviously, with what happened, we didn't trade Jimmy. And then all these other receivers started getting paid. And I'm sure Debo saw that and is like, all right, well, it's my turn now. I want to get paid. So the reports are that he had a conversation with Lynch and Shanahan. They had dinner, and after that conversation is when he deleted everything Niners related on his Instagram. The rumors are that the Niners offered him $19 million a year. So obviously Debo was like offended. He was like, no. Like if right now Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, and Diggs, they got 22 plus, you guys aren't going to pay me 19 after all I did, playing running back, putting the team on my back. Like I did, basically I saved your guys' jobs, because if I didn't have this MVP level season, right now we would be talking like, should we fire Shanahan? Should we fire Lynch? But we're not talking about that. So I'm sure he got offended, and I'm sure he's like, you know what? Like, I'm sure he's a proud individual. He's like, trade me. Like, I'm not going to play for that amount, and I feel offended. Like I hope it works out. I hope they work it out. But right now, I think Debo's like, nah. Like, I'm offended. I don't. I basically, it's like when you're about to break up with someone, you're like, you know what? Like, it's over. Like, I don't even want to hear about it. Like, F you. I'm moved on. So that's where I think they're at.
If he does get traded, I feel like they're gonna send him to like a shit team that has like hella crazy picks that they can give us. I don't see him winning a ship with anybody else but with us.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it. Part of me is like, I've seen a lot of fans are like, man, Diva, like we don't need you, like get out of our team. And then I saw
The
he
death
said,
threats. You saw that?
I saw them, they were racist. And look, at the end of the day, it's just sports. And I'm gonna put it like this. So he was drafted in the second round. So yeah, obviously to the normal person playing in the NFL, like UK had paid well, but I mean, he's not a like a millionaire. Like this, obviously he lives in California, so whatever he makes, te quitan half.
Yeah.
So I'm sure in his 3 years, I don't think he like this past season they paid him four, or like this season coming up, if he doesn't sign an extension, they're gonna pay him $4 million.
Damn.
So he's thinking like, yo, I got a kid now, like I want to be taken care of, like I deserve it, and he does, he deserves it. So I get on his side, he's like he's seeing all these players, and the thing that hasn't made this worse is that the players drafted on in his draft, they haven't been paid yet. So AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, Terry McLaurin, they haven't received their contracts yet, and but all of them share the same agent. So I'm sure the agent's like, right, you don't want to be the first one paid out of them because the next two are going to get paid even more than you.
Right.
So obviously they're all probably working together, like, let's try to get as much money as we can so all of us eat. And the Niners, they've been known to be cheap. They're cheap.
Yeah.
Their contracts are very like, yeah, you have this amount, but after a certain amount of time, it's not guaranteed. And that's where I feel Debo's like, I want I want this amount guaranteed, or else I'm not signing. And I'm sure the Niners are like, they probably gave him the offer, and he's like, nah. But back to what you were saying. So this episode, I was going to talk about, and I think I mentioned it, about the draft. We were picking 61, what players might fall to us, and maybe people that aren't really, because obviously it's not exciting when you don't pick in the first round. So probably there's people like, man, I don't even know what's out there for us.
Right.
So I had my notes, but if we do trade Debo, the big team that is out there is the Jets. So, I'm going to run the scenario that, and I'm going to put this out right now. I don't want Debo traded, and I want him to stay on the team. But we're talking right now, like, let's say he's traded and what we get. Obviously, the Niners don't want to trade him, so you have to wow the Niners with a package. So the package that I've been hearing right now, I'm going to run the best case scenario just for this episode, but pick 10 in the first round from the Jets, and their 2 second round picks, 35 and 38. So that's 3 picks. So we'll start from there. So if the Jets send us those 10, 35, and 38. So now we're on the clock at pick 10. And at pick 10, if I'm honest with you, I would want to trade back. I don't want to pick a receiver at number 10 because the only receiver that I think that I like won't be able to play next year. I don't know if you watched did you watch the championship, the college football championship national game?
Yeah. Is it the guy that messed up his knee, his ACL?
They say Jameson
Yeah, and
Williams.
that fool was a beast.
He's a beast. He's he would he, his comparison would be Jamar Chase.
Damn.
Um, he would be there at number 10 unless another team. So the team, if let's say we're 10, would be the Seahawks would pick before us, and I don't know, they would go receiver, but he's there. We could take him, but he's not going to play this year. He would play until next year.
Damn.
So I don't want to do that because we lost Debo, and I don't want to say the Niners are going to throw this next season, a rebuild season. Like I still want to contend. So a scenario that like these past couple of weeks, I've just been doing mock drafts scenarios. I would want to trade down. So we would trade down with the Saints at pick 16. And the Saints would send their pick, which would be, they would give us the 16th pick, and they would give us, I believe, the 41st pick in the second round. So now we have four second round picks. Hopefully, I'm not confusing people.
Damn.
So
Okay.
we go from 10 to 16,
Plus a
and
pig.
theoretically, we go to 16, and there I'm gonna take the best available player. A lot of people are saying, "Let's do receiver. Let's do receiver. Let's wait." I'm gonna go with Tyler Linderbaum. He's the center from Iowa, so O line. Not a sexy pick. Definitely not a sexy pick. People want, there's still a couple receivers there that we could have gone, but I feel like in this draft there's a lot of value if you move down, and a lot of teams would want to move down. So we're going Tyler Linderbaum, center. This guy, what I've been reading, he would be right away instant starter, Pro Bowl, probably the best center prospect in a while. He would be handing the ball off to Trey Lance for the next 10 years.
Damn.
So Tyler Linderbaum. And then I'm going to go to you, Jaime. Am I losing you? Any questions? What you got?
Nah, I'm right on. I'm right on following you. I'm just like
Okay.
I don't know these names, so I'm just kind
Yeah.
of like I'm trying
And
to follow along.
so, yeah, I mean, and this podcast or this episode is for people, that, like I said, me, I'm a big follower in this. So, like I said, I've been watching YouTube videos. I've been trying to learn. I'm going to be real. I'm not like the best, but what I've done on the scenarios I've done, we could have gone the receiver from Ohio State. So there's Garrett Wilson and there's Olave. Garrett Wilson, another burner, speed. He would take the top off the defense. So he could be there, or he could already be picked. And Olave is more of a route runner type receiver. Good routes, very smooth, also quick. Those options. But I think in this area, our O line is just Trent Williams. So I think we need to go Tyler Linderbaum.
Right.
Will solidify us. And now this is where the fun begins. So now, and then I just want to make sure that I got the actual Saints pick, because they give us their 16, and I want to know which one for sure.
Well, oh shit. The guy. I mean, I know it's like a guy that I hope we get. I mean, doesn't. I mean, I don't really know when or what, but is the guy that played with Trey Lance. That's if we lose Debo.
I'm gonna get there. So it would be pick 49 from the Saints. I think pick 49. So we'll go back. So now we picked Tyler Linderbaum at 16. So now we have the 35th pick coming up, the 38, 41, and then our own pick at 61. So we got four picks in the second round. So now I think what I want to do, obviously those are a lot of picks in the second round. So I want to package them, and I want to move back up to the first round. So
Okay.
now I want to trade back, and let me pull up the draft order so I know where I'm going to go.
Well, I have a question. So that
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
that the guy that you picked,
Mm-hmm.
what makes you think? I mean, or we're losing that our center.
So let me reason why I pick him. So Alex Mack is our center. Indications are he's going to retire.
Okay.
So that's why I want to. And either way, I would have if Alex Mack was still going to play with us. You can play Linderbaum as a guard, and then next year, like 2023, he will be our starter.
Okay.
But if Alex Mack retires, boom, this guy takes over, and now we have Trent Williams, Linderbaum, and hopefully McGlinchey. He's back. So then it just opens up our guard spots, which last year we drafted Aaron Banks. The Niners feel confident that he will that he's gonna be our starter. So that's where I would that's why I would choose him.
Okay.
There's other players too. There's an Ed Rusher, Rusher. Let me find his name. But I think he might be either he might not be there, or but if I would still prefer the center. But this guy, supposedly this guy's good too. Let me just find his
And
name.
is
Jermaine Johnson the second.
he would be on the other side of Bosa, right?
So that's the thing. You pick Jermaine. So Jermaine Johnson the second from Florida State, literally gonna be on the other side of Bosa, and then like basically we just make our strongest point of our defense stronger.
Okay.
So that's another pick we can go at 16 if we want to go there. But he might not be there at 16. And that's the thing. I wouldn't pick him at 10. It's a little too early. But let's say the Saints don't trade up with us. Let's say the Texans want to trade up with us. The Texans have the 13th pick. So if they move up 3 and we go to 13, I might take them there. But for this case, we took Linderbaum. So now I want to trade back up. I want to give up the 35th pick and the 93rd pick. I think they'll accept that. And I want to move up where the Bucks would pick at. So number 27, pick 27. And again, I'm not sure if they would accept it, but for this case, let's say they accept it. And then I want to go with, and this is literally the guy that will be replacing Debo. And the benefit, and you asked me, what's the benefit of taking a receiver in the first round rather than waiting in the second round where, maybe there's more options. You want to pick a receiver in the first round because you get that 5th-year option. So right now, what's killing us with Debo, this is his 3rd year and he was picked in the second round. So he doesn't have basically the 5th-year option where we can be like, all right, we're going to give you this 5th-year option. And it gives us time to negotiate a longer contract.
Got it.
But only first-round picks get that
Oh
benefit.
wait, didn't Bosa just get that, or what was it?
Boza, they just did that with Boza.
Yeah.
So now they give themselves some time to negotiate a contract with him, maybe next year. So I'm going to go with Treylon Burks, wide receiver from Arkansas. This guy, I'm not going to compare him to Debo, but he's the closest thing to Debo in this draft. Big, strong, fast. His thing is yards after the catch. And who was good at that? Debo.
Yeah.
And I think he will go in the first round, end of the first round. So that's why I moved up to grab him.
Where's he coming out of?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay. It's a
So
pretty good
Treylon
school.
Burks, he's 6'3", 225 pounds.
Jesus.
Fast. He's like a combination of AJ Brown with Debo.
Okay.
So this guy will be the replacement for Debo if we trade Debo. I would pick him, and this would be at pick 27. Could I potentially move up with the Chiefs to pick him? So around, I say late 20s, late of the first round, I would go with him. And my boy shouted. He told me about him because I was going to pick somebody else, but I saw some highlights. I like him.
And I gotta look into them.
Treylon Burks. Okay, so now we gave up, I said the 35th pick, and we gave up the 93 pick. So now we still have 38 to 41, 63. So we still have 3 picks in the second round. So after that, now, before I start picking again, let me start talking about what we need on our team. So right now, we haven't decided on Jaquaski Tart. So let's say, obviously, we're going to need a safety. So that's a big one right now. Safety and a slot corner because we lost Quan Williams. So there's a couple options we can go with. And I got 2 right here. There's Jalen Petrie from Baylor. He's a big safety. And he was used a lot as a safety / slot corner. So the slot corner is the one that is usually not on the outside, but more on the inside.
Yeah.
So this is the corner for us that most likely will have to match up with Cooper Cup. So I go with him. His player comp is Jamal Adams from the Seahawks. So big hitter, but um, I don't know if he's as good on coverage, but he's a big hitter and he's going to play close to the line. So you want that guy to just smack people in the mouth. He's good on run defense. He has good explosion. Um, so that's one. He would be high second round. So we would have to pick him either 38th or 35th pick because he goes early. Because like I said, he's versatile, so he can play corner and he can play safety. So kind of like how Jimmy Ward at the beginning, he would play slot corner and safety. So he would be in that role. But the guy I want the Niners to get, and they actually met with him, Jaquan Brisker from Penn State. This guy, he is a full, like, how would I say this? He's all around good safety, good coverage. He can hit, good leadership. And his basically, when I read, his player comp is Jimmy Ward.
Damn.
This is the guy I want. This is the guy I would probably pick either at that 41st pick if we traded with the Saints, or I'll even pick him at the 38th pick. I think he's that good.
I know this is kind of like uh out of the scope. Well, kind of the same
Yeah.
thing, but how do things change if by some miracle we get picks for Jimmy?
There's another. So, I mean,
Because I know there's all
another
these
scenario
scenarios, but like hypothetically in
because
that scenario,
because what could happen is everything falls in who the Panthers pick at number six. Because Panthers would be the only team that would most likely trade for Jimmy G. So if the Panthers either come down from the six, or if they pick all linemen at six, then we might be able to trade Jimmy. But that's the thing; they don't have a second or third round pick, so it most likely either be a next year pick.
right?
But yeah, that is a possibility. Or we can trade. Another one I saw is so the Steelers have the 20th pick in the first round. We could give up our second round pick with Jimmy for their first round pick and maybe like a late third and Chase Claypool if we
Okay.
lose Debo. So something like that. But we'll see tomorrow. We'll see
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'll be most likely tonight. We'll hear whispers of things. But I will say this to everyone, to all the fans: if Debo is still on our team tomorrow night, he's not getting traded because
Yeah.
we wouldn't trade him for next year picks because we would want something now. So this either has to happen tonight or before the draft.
I want to say he's not gonna get traded.
I don't want
I don't
him.
know. It's just me being a fan and
Yeah,
wanting him to stay. But yeah, we'll put up a poll.
we'll put up a poll, but I can put it up tonight because, but I don't know. Tonight we might know something, but I think, like I said, reports are the Jets are gonna offer. They said a godfather of a deal to the
Yeah.
Niners for Debo.
Jesus.
So that's why I'm saying the 10th, 35th, and 38th pick.
Damn.
And like I said, we could do a lot. Like I said, right now we're going through this. Hopefully, people are keeping tracks. If I'm lost, you guys, we went pick 16, Linderbaum center. We went 27th pick, Traylon Burks, and now we're at our 38th pick. And like I said, Jaime, I'm going Jaquan Brisker,
Okay.
safety, and boom, we have three starters right there. Young, we don't got, now they're on the rookie deal, so we don't got to worry about paying them next couple years.
Right. And you know what? Like the Niners have been good at like picking in the second or even the later rounds.
Our sweet spot is the fifth round.
Yeah. So and the way that they develop these players, you could just see them like get better every single year. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's where we got a hit on. Like Kittle was for fifth round. Fred Warner was third round. Elijah Mitchell was sixth round.
Yeah,
So and even Ambry Thomas, he was I believe the third round.
damn.
So yeah, we just got a hit on those. But like I said, if we get a Debo trade, we're gonna have a lot of options to play with, either moving up or just drafting amazing players, starters, which we need.
Right.
So yeah, so at 38, Jaquan Brisker. Now we're at 41, and at 41, here is where I always get stuck because I don't know where to go. But there's a couple options here as well. So since we already took care of O line, I don't think I want to go there again. There's a couple options there. Let's say we didn't go. Let's say we didn't go O line in the 16th pick. We can go Dylan Parham. He's another good, strong center. The only thing about him, he's kind of short, so he would have to play center. He's very quick on his feet, but on reports that I've looked up on him, he does get kind of pushed around.
Damn.
So he's gonna have to get a little bit stronger. So that would be an option there. But other than that, the good thing about him, and to play center, you got to be smart. It's kind of like you're the eyes of everything. You got to see the defense. You got to for the quarterback.
You're the center mid.
Yeah, basically. And his reports are like he has good football IQ.
Damn.
So this is someone. Let's say we didn't trade Debo and it was pick 61. That's our first pick. We can go with him.
Not bad.
The
Not
other
mad
guy,
at it.
the other guy is Donovan West. Similar to him, he's a little bit slower, but he's also anchor type of the O line. So you're not gonna move him. The only thing about him is he needs to improve his football IQ. That's the only down. What I read that's down on him. But if he's still here at pick 41, which I think he will be, I want to go with. Because he might get picked early in the second round, but if he's still here, let me see.
Oh, question. Like, I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
like the tomorrow. What time does the draft start? Like first day in the morning, or is it like at
yeah. No,
7,
it's 5:30.
5:30?
Usually, it's always might be six or 5:30
So
because
the Niners second round won't be until like Friday. Or,
So yeah, Niners. If they don't pick in the first round, they're picking till Friday.
okay. I'm just asking this because if people don't know, um, they could just expect for Friday to tune in.
Yeah, Friday. I believe it starts at 4:30. The draft. So but the Niners won't pick till like 7 or 6 because they pick. Let's say nothing happens if they don't move up. They pick at the end of the second round.
Damn.
But yeah, I would. So I'm going here. There's two options, but I don't think he'll be here. So I'm gonna go with help for Nick Bosa, Nick Bonito from Oklahoma. This guy, straight pass rusher, super quick, but that's the only downfall on him is he's not good on the run. So he's just gonna be going to get the quarterback. So he's only gonna be third down situational pass rusher. But this guy, super fast. He was very productive in college, 6'3", 248 pounds. And this is the guy I would go with at pick 41, Nick Bonito.
You have two Knicks.
So we and then that would solidify. And then, like I said, now what? We're at 4 solid starters now. Yes, we lost Debo, but hopefully, if two of them become amazing, it could be worth it. I don't know,
Yeah.
Jaime. What do you think?
Well, shit. I'm gonna have to look at these highlights of these players. But I trust your word. Um, yeah. I mean, a part of me también is just like kind of like over this whole Debo situation. It's like pay him or don't pay him. I just want to know what's gonna happen. Like don't keep us waiting. Because I know whatever happens with him depend ends up you know affecting the draft for us.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, because like you're saying, we bit like I said, the Niners only have, like I said, maybe till tomorrow at like 5 or 6 to decide what they want to do. If I'm sure there's an offer right now,
Yeah,
I'm sure because the Jets or whichever team, if they want to trade for Debo, they also have to offer him a contract. Like Debo's not just gonna get traded and be like the team's gonna be like, all right, we'll talk about you next year about your contract. Like he's gonna be traded because he wants the contract.
right.
So I'm sure there's something in play. And what I've been hearing is the Niners are gonna do this trade if the player they want is at number 10. Who that player is, I'm not sure, but if their player's there, this trade goes through.
Wait, hypothetically,
Yeah,
if they what if their player is that wide receiver that played with Trey, and they
Christian
pick
Watson.
yeah they pick him at 10, how does that change your picks?
They wouldn't. So this is what I'm getting at. So instead, this was pick 41. So actually, I'm gonna go back, and I don't think I will go with Bonito. Here is where I will go with Christian Watson
Okay.
because he won't be there at pick 61. Because between here to our pick, Eagles, Saints, and the Packers pick again,
Shit.
and they want a receiver.
Yeah.
So here is where I take Christian Watson, but he wouldn't go pick 10. It's too early. The thing about Christian Watson, so amazing. 6'4", he ran a 4.3, so blazing fast. The only thing about him is he did play with, not good competition because he did play for where Trey Lance went to school. It's not Division One, so they're like, can he do it with NFL corners? The thing that made his stock rise is at the Senior Bowl, and the Senior Bowl is where all the seniors from this past college year, it's basically like a all-star playoff game in front of his NFL scouts. And he tested well, and I guess he was the best receiver there
Damn, for real?
out of all the senior receivers. Obviously, there's some receivers that are juniors, so they don't go to the Senior Bowl. Keep that in mind. But I would go, yeah, I forgot. I totally forgot. I would go Christian Watson right here at pick 41. And now you have Ayuk, we have Traylon Burks, and we have Watson with Kittle and Jennings.
That'd be crazy.
Because we're not, that's the thing. We're all also keep in mind, we wouldn't be replacing Debo with another receiver.
Right.
We have to replace him with a running back as well. Because what made Debo special in the
Yeah.
last half of the season was that he was able to run the ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christian Watson, like I said, like his measurables are incredible. Like he's
Um.
tall, he's big. The only thing about him is his route running.
Um. Another question for you. So, in the scenario where we do keep Debo, you wouldn't want to draft another running back?
So yeah, we could talk about and then to end it here, yeah, I'm probably gonna keep it at here because the later rounds, like I have some sleeper picks I can say at the end, of players I would want the Niners to look at, but it's just hard to say where these like later players will land.
Right.
But yeah, I could talk about let's say we don't trade Debo and we stay put at pick 61. So at that point, you said, would I go running back? I think the Niners will go running back in this draft, and because there's a lot of good running back options they can go with. I feel like Elijah Mitchell, he was great, but I feel like the only thing he lacks is that like speed that Mostert had and that Debo had. And the reason why we were playing Debo as running back is because we didn't have that. Because if you notice, I feel like Mitchell, he would get a lot of yards after contact, but he didn't have that breakaway speed. He would always get
Right.
caught.
Yeah.
So I can name a couple running backs that I got. There's one that I love, but he's a bigger back. But I think The thing that I like about him, he's from Alabama, so Alabama running backs, they're always good. And the good thing about him too, think about running backs like a car, right? The less miles they have, the better they are. So he didn't really he only played last year fully, so he doesn't have a lot of wear and tear, which is good. His name, let me find his name. Okay, let me filter. Let's just do halfbacks. But I'll break them down. So if the Niners, let's say if they get crazy and at pick 61, they want the best running back available, it's going to be Kenneth Walker the third. This guy will be our starter. This guy is the best running back in this draft class.
And this is the guy from Alabama, or
No. This is if they pick the best running back available.
okay,
Let's say they don't trade Debo and they wait till 61 pick.
yeah,
Kenneth Walker will probably be there. He's from Michigan State. So this guy had 89 broken tackles, and he would be basically our starter. Him or Brees Hall as well from Iowa State. Those two. Um, so Kenneth Walker, he's 5'9", but Brees Hall, he's actually 5'11", 217, so he's a little bigger. But if we wait on running back, we could get Dalvin Cook's brother, James Cook, but he wouldn't be like a starting running back. He would be more of the what they wanted to do with Hasty. So he would
okay.
be that type of running back. He can catch. He's like the in this draft. He's probably the best running back that could catch. So I would want. This is the guy I would want too, but I don't think I don't think they have a pick. They wouldn't be able to pick him because he's probably gonna go between those picks the Niners don't have. So from 61, because after 61 the Niners pick till 93, and he might be a little too early for 93. And after that, I wouldn't pick him, and I don't think he'll be there after that. But my guy, let me get to my guy, Brian Wilson Jr. He's a 6'2", 225 pounds. So he would be basically a bruiser. Like I said, he's fast, he's big, he has no miles on him, and we could probably get him fifth or fourth round.
The guy sounds like a freaking tank, man.
Tank. But I don't know if the Niners want to. I think they're looking for, like I said, a fast running back.
All right.
So if we don't get this is the guy I want. Hopefully they could pick both of them. They could pick him and they could pick this next guy who they actually met with. And it's Ty Chandler from North Carolina. So this guy is the speed guy.
Okay.
He's 5'11", 204, but supposedly this is what would be replacing Mostert if we pick him.
Yeah.
And like I said, these are picks for later in the round. So Ty Chandler might be there on the 5th or the 6th round. He's right now ranked as the 159th player in the draft.
Shit.
And Brian Robinson is 146.
Yeah, I would hate to be a scout. Like, you have all these different type of players and all these different type of scenarios, and you're just like, damn, like, where do you go? You know?
And that's it. And I'm honestly from doing this in 2 weeks, I honestly know maybe like 20 players, but these guys have to know every single player.
Yeah.
And there's also players that don't get drafted that you have to know what they're all about.
Yeah,
So
don't they even have to like meet with them or something like
so they
or,
so I
or
want to
it's
say
just that the people that they're interested in?
no. Also, every team I think has 30 players they can meet with, so they have to choose which 30 players they want to basically come to Santa Clara, talk with them, work them out. So I think they have like 30 players they can do that with.
Damn.
The rest, I think you can Zoom call and shit like that.
Yeah, that shit's hella interesting, man. And
It is.
it's interesting and stressful at the same time if you're in that position, like, because this affects basically the future of the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, and you got to start, picking players that's going to help out Trey too and setting him up for success. But yeah, let me talk to you about some of so this guy, let's say we stay at 61, right? A lot of people are projecting us to go with Nick Cross. He's a safety. This guy is basically Dante Whitner. So this guy, he's a hitter. He's quick, and he's who we're projected with. If everything go, if we stick with Debo, everything we don't trade up. Nick Cross from, I think he's from Houston, University of Houston.
Okay.
Let me confirm that. No, sorry, Maryland. So he's 6 foot tall. He tested amazing in the combine. He ran a 4.3, and like the comp for him was Dante Whitner. So, but the only downfall about this guy is he misses tackles because he, like I said, he wants to go in and hit.
Yeah.
So that's something he will need to work on. And at 61, his ranking is 61. So that's who the Niners are projected to actually pick, Nick Cross.
Damn.
Personally, I would want to, let's say we keep Debo, I would want to move up to get Brisker, the one I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
He's slam dunk pick. But I wouldn't be mad at Nick Cross. They could work with him. He's fast, 6 feet tall. That's good. But the only thing, the downfall of him was he does miss tackles.
That's fixable.
Yeah. The next guy, this guy at first, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm okay. I'm gonna give you two players, high man. I'm gonna tell you, I feel like you're gonna like this next one, but this guy. So at 93, if like I said, this is the scenario that we don't get anything for Debo. We keep Debo, so this is just if we normally would have picked. I'm gonna give you two options, high man. I'm not, and then I'll tell you the names. So at 93, and again, I'm not sure if this player will be at 93, but I definitely know the other player would be. First player, he's 23 years old. He's 5'8", 174 pounds, slot corner. This guy is electric. He can return punts. He can return a kickoff. All around corner, he would be in the slot, so he wouldn't play outside, but he is 5'8". Or this next player, he's 6'4", 205 pounds. He ran the fastest 40, I believe, in the combine at 4.26. Again, he's 6'4", ran 4.26. Or do you want the guy that's 5'8", also fast, but he's 5'8"?
I'm gonna go with the second choice.
You want the second choice?
I want the second choice. That's my dude right there.
So yeah, this guy, freak. He tested the fastest. I think he had like the best ever in like combine history, best like testing metric. Like even like his like short speed, like he was fast on that. Like I don't know if have you ever seen like the combine drills?
Yeah.
There's a drill where it's like shaped like an L.
Yeah.
Like you run to a cone, run back, and then you run all the way around and then run back.
Yeah. Is that the one where they like kind of catch the ball and they throw it and then they catch another one?
There's also that, but no, this is just straight running. But also in that, he tested well. The only bad thing about him is on tape. So when you actually watch him play, he's just a little stiff. So they're curious if he lost weight in order to run the 40 fast. But let's say when he actually plays, he's a kind of stiff and he kind of doesn't use his size to his advantage. So there was a couple plays where shorter receivers were just like pushing him around, and but this is the thing, you can't teach size and speed. So I'm sure the coaches would have to work with him, teach him some technique to use his body at his advantage. But yeah, dude, I mean, at first I was like you, man, I was like, this is the guy I want. And I'm surprised you didn't pick him. So this guy, my bad. This guy's name is Tariq Woolen. He's from the university. I don't even know what university it is, but yeah, it doesn't say here. UTSA.
Okay.
But I want Marcus Jones, the smaller guy.
Yeah.
I saw his tape. This guy's incredible. Yeah, he's 5'8", but in the slot, like I feel like this is the guy that I'm not gonna say shuts down Cooper Kupp, but
he can keep up with them.
He basically replaces Kwan Williams,
Yeah,
and he could be there at pick 93. Marcus Jones,
yeah.
University of Houston. I saw his highlights. This guy has that. He's maybe small, but he hits, and he's not afraid to hit. He's not afraid to get to go in hard.
How was his do you know his stats on his vertical?
Let me see if they have that here. Let me look him up. Yeah, because I'm not sure if he went to the combine. So let me
Okay.
check.
Yeah, I
Marcus,
know. I know. Seen that some players do that. They just opt out of the
or they
combine.
don't get invited.
I know it's a little quiet, but just today, this is 4/27 that we're filming, and today is the homie Joada's birthday. So happy birthday to her.
Oh, happy
Um,
birthday!
that's the homie. Also, another special date is it's Ebar's and I's 10-year anniversary for being a beta of fraternity.
Oh
Uh,
damn,
yeah, it's
10
crazy.
years.
10 years.
Damn,
Yeah, we joined in the spring of 2012.
I remember. I remember those days.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, damn. And I remember when it happened, you guys were like not expecting it, right?
yeah, bro. It was crazy. Um, every brother that that joined that has joined that night is just it's like a graduation, So it was cool.
So yeah, he didn't participate in none of the 40-yard dash or his vertical. Yeah, he did not participate. He only measured, so only got his height and weight.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, his player comp is D'Angelo Hall. He was an amazing corner. He could return. So the good thing about him is he would play slot corner and he could return. Like this guy's electric returning. And his projections, like I said, third or fourth round. Um, he's twitchy, so he's fast. But like I said, the only downfall is obviously his size. And so if they run the ball, it's hard for him to get off blocks. So a big lineman's gonna block him.
Yeah.
So and it does say he does fumble sometimes as a returner. So he can't be doing that in Shanahan.
Fuck. No.
But that can all be fixed. But I saw his highlights and I like him. He's one of my. If we pick him, I'll be happy. But there's another guy. Let's say he's not there, and we want a slot corner. There's a guy from LSU. LSU is known for producing corners. Cordell Flott. He's he's 6 foot, 175 pounds, and he's also a good. He's also going to be a good corner. Like I said, LSU, they know how to play the position. They're very technical, but the only thing about him is he is 6 foot tall, but he is skinny.
Yeah, when you said his weight, I'm like, damn, that's like around almost my weight. But I mean, that was hella tall, so I
So
just
he would need to
imagine.
probably put a little bit of weight. So I don't know. I don't know if you remember the corner we had, Patrick Robinson.
Yeah,
I don't remember. You know how he was big, skinny. Think about like him, but this guy actually is. He's actually like Patrick Robinson. He was a little bit of how would I say? He was undisciplined. This guy's disciplined.
okay.
But that's another guy. If not, there's actually a guy in the draft named Kobe Bryant.
God damn.
I wouldn't be mad with picking Kobe Bryant, but
Yeah,
it's not spelled like
yeah.
Kobe Bryant. It's Coby Bryant.
Oh shit.
But he's also good at also coming from so Cincinnati University of Cincinnati is also producing a bunch of players. Um, so there's also a couple safeties and corners from that school. So if we pick a Cincinnati DB, I wouldn't be mad at that too. They're all projected to go high. There's yeah, and then there's one more guy. Let's say like I said, we stay on track, we don't trade up. Alec Pierce, wide receiver from Cincinnati. Basically would be our Cooper Cup. White boy, 6'3". Obviously, what are wide receivers known for? Route running. This guy's fast too. So, but he would also, I would pick him either in the third, fourth round. But I think he won't be there past the third round.
Yeah.
So that's my guy. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think. And now I'm gonna go to my sleepers. There's a guy that I like. Two guys. We can either pick them in the second or third round. The first guy is Kinsley and McBarry. He would be an edge rusher. So these two guys will be also helping out Bosa. This guy, violent hands. He's quick. He's good at stuffing the run as well. The only thing about him is later on in games, he does tend to shut down. But he comes from South Carolina, the school that Debo went to. This next guy, he's from San Diego University, Cameron Thomas. So this guy, he's a big guy. His player comp is J.J. Watt.
When he's not injured.
When he's not injured. But this guy, he's a freak. So he would get double team. He can push off the double team. So he would probably play inside for us. So I don't know if we would go for someone like that because we have Kinlaw coming back, Armstead, obviously. But I wouldn't be mad at getting. So his name's Cameron Thomas. But another thing about him is he also tends to get tired in the fourth quarter.
Damn.
But those are two players that we could go between the second or third round. But I think that might do it for the guys that I got written down. I'm gonna do a quick. I'm gonna look back real quick if I miss anybody. But yeah, I mean, top priorities: center, guard, corner, safety.
Damn.
You know why I forgot? I forgot someone. A receiver later in the round called. Bear with me.
No, you're good. And we didn't do this in the beginning, but I wanted to ask you how's your mental, how's your week going?
Oh, everything's going good. Yeah, man, I've been feeling a lot better. I've been feeling more like myself. And I notice definitely when I have hard workouts, when I feel the best.
Nice.
So yeah, I've been working on that. So, but how about you? How's the work been? I know last week you were like busy, right?
Yeah, it's just a new like software release that's gonna come out for one of our products, so we have to be on top of it. We have all these bunch of meetings.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, everything's been solid. I'm stopping drinking for like a month or two because
Okay.
it's not because it affects me in any way. It just like when it hits the weekend, I drink, and then I'm personally, when I drink, I like to eat. Like, and it fucks up my whole diet. So it's like I'm gonna just take a pause, and because I'm trying to get this body right for the summer.
Yeah. Let me actually turn on my light because it's kind of dark now.
I've been maintaining my weight. So and now with okay, my bad. What I was saying was that I've been maintaining my weight, so it hasn't gone up or down. It's just been like steady, and I'm happy with it. But I know my body could look better.
Are you still doing that program you were doing?
Yeah, so I restarted it. But I've been, like I told you, I've been slacking. So basically, it consists of like just a diet and water and following it. And basically no sweets, no drinking, no junk food, no nothing. So, but it works.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you told me that you noticed it right away at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get back into that because yeah, dude, there's some shirts that I'm still trying to fit into. So yeah,
Yeah, that's always the amazing feeling when you put on a shirt and you're like, fuck. And you put it on when you lose weight and you're like, fuck yeah.
yeah.
Like, look good. But you know what? Before we end this episode, I feel like we didn't talk about the receivers in this draft. And I feel like that is something of importance to look at. If we trade Debo or if we don't trade Debo, I still think because let's put this scenario too. If we keep Debo and pay him, and let's say next year or this year, Ayuk has an amazing season, we're not gonna be able to pay both. So that's why Um, we got to find another solid receiver that potentially is going to take a Ayuk spot. So obviously, we talked about the top guys in the draft. So like I said, my guy right now is Traylon Burks, the guy that is like a Debo comp. But
Right.
if we keep Debo, and we won't pick him. And Christian Watson obviously is a guy that was the first guy I liked, the guy from North Dakota State,
Yeah.
from where Trey Lance played. But he won't be there at 61. We would either have to trade up for him, and I don't think we would want to trade up for a receiver. So if we talk about the guys that might fall later rounds, there's this one guy, Calvin Austin the third, another small guy, but this guy's electric, quick, and he's one of those like what's that guy's name that used to play for the Rams? Trayvon Austin. Remember him?
Yeah.
Quick guy. Yeah. So that's that type of player, gadget player. You throw a screen and he could take it. So that's another guy. But the only thing about him, he's 5'8", so he's small.
Damn, there's a lot of small guys in this draft. I feel
Yeah,
like
as
5'8's
well.
a very common height.
They probably round you out.
Yeah.
Maybe they might be smaller.
Fuck. Damn, so I'm probably like 5'8" then in the
I would be like 6'2".
Oh
Um,
shit.
but if we're going off speed receivers, this next guy, Danny Gray, also 6 foot tall. He's the best vertical threat in this draft. So going down the field, stretching the field. That's probably the type of receiver we would be looking at, since we have Ayuk and Debo. This is if we keep them. We would want a speedy guy that's
Yeah.
gonna beat over the top. But the guy, like I said, Alec Pierce, I mentioned him. I like this guy. I said a comparison to Cooper Kupp, but he's more of a Jordy Nelson because he is bigger. He's a bigger white guy, but also a good vertical threat. So he's pretty fast as well.
Right.
Uh, but another guy I like is Romeo Dobbs from Nevada, 6'2". So he's a little bit bigger size. And I feel like the Niners need, I don't think we've ever had that big receiver that can go up and catch the ball.
Yeah.
So he would be a pick right there, strong hands. But the guy that we might be able to get like very late, and this guy is supposedly like one of the fastest guys in this draft. The only downfall about him is when he does start the season, he will be an old rookie. He will be 25 years old. Velus Jones Jr.
Fuck, 25?
So I
Jesus.
guess he went to, I forgot, he went to one of the top football schools, and then he transferred to Tennessee. He transferred like when he was 21, so then he played those like 3-4 years with them.
Got it.
But this guy's fast, fast. He'll be a returner, 6 foot tall, 204 pounds. This is one of the guys you could pick maybe in the fifth, sixth round. So Velus Jones Jr. The other guy, is he here? This is probably one of my guys I would like to get picked in the later rounds. He's from Baylor, Tyquell Thornton. He's another fast guy, but this guy's 6 foot tall, 6'2". So okay, yeah, Tyquell Thornton. He's 6'2", 181 pounds. So like an AJ Green type of player.
Damn.
And this is a guy, like I said, if we keep Debo, maybe we can pick this guy late. Maybe we can pick him and the other fast guy. But those would be the receivers. Other than that, the other receivers, I'm not quite so sure on them.
I mean, regardless, it sound like pretty good picks. I think with whoever they end up picking, if it's one of those guys, we'd be pretty like set, depending on the scenario.
Yeah, depending on the scenario, I'm sure if we keep Debo, we might just draft maybe one receiver. I would say, obviously, if we trade him, I definitely would want to pick too high. Like we did on our scenario, we picked Traylon Burks and Watson because for sure one of them was going to be good,
Yeah.
unless you're unlucky and both suck. But I don't think so. But this, like I said, this class has a lot of receivers late, like later on. Um, but I still say the best receiver in this draft is that receiver from Alabama. That's the best guy. But he won't play till at
next
the end
year.
of this season at best.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are. I mean, last thing to finish off is we do have the last pick in the draft, and supposedly this draft has, they call him the punt god, the best punter ever, supposedly to be in the NFL draft. And I say if we can pick him as our last pick, I would pick him because I don't like Wisnowski.
Yeah, he does some sketch things.
Sometimes, yeah, he doesn't punt as far, and on our kickoffs too, both Robbie Gold and him don't kick it off pretty far either. But supposedly, this guy, he's from San Diego State, Matt Ariza, so they call him the punt god.
Is this a guy that went viral?
Maybe
I think he was like hitting like the crossbars and like he was just kicking it from hella far.
might be him. Like I said, they call him the punt god,
Yeah,
and supposedly, like I said, he sometimes I've looked at mock drafts, he goes 6th round.
damn.
I mean, we did pick Wisnowski in the 4th round, so but yeah,
How
man,
many? Cause I don't know. So maybe for the
yeah,
people that don't know, like me, um, how many rounds are there in the draft?
there's 7 rounds in the
7.
draft,
Okay.
and
And how many picks are there in each round?
it varies because so obviously in the 1st round there's only 32 picks because it's one pick per team.
Yeah.
But after that, I believe is the same in the 2nd round. Yeah, but after the 3rd round and down, some teams have comp picks, so
Okay.
it could be a little bit more. But I'm not 100% sure.
But each round is 32.
Each round, yeah, because it's gonna be every team, right?
Okay.
So 32 teams. But like I said, after the 3rd round, there might be additional picks.
Okay.
Um, a lot of teams. So I mean, quick facts: you have 10 minutes to make a pick, and as the rounds get lower, I think the time goes down. But for example, in the 1st round, I believe they have either 10 or 15 minutes to make a pick. Let's say a team doesn't make a pick, the next team picks, and then I think they have to wait.
Yeah, because I've even seen. I remember I saw some situation where they didn't know what they wanted, so they just pick. They switch picks. So they say you got the first pick and you're like, I don't know who I want. The guy number two, like, and they know, you just swap positioning.
Yeah, they could do, yeah, something like that. Um, but I don't think you lose your pick. I think you actually, I don't know. Let's say
Calling it right now, it's gonna be Madrid and Liverpool in the final.
oh yeah, I didn't even. So how did Madrid look against City?
Oh, bro, the defense looked trash. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Um, yeah, the defense needs to get better. The mid, Casemiro didn't play, so that was like a fat hole right there. So I think they put Valverde there, and he did not look comfortable in that position. So,
And where did they put Valverde?
like I think Casemiro usually plays like center defensive mid, so they put him
Mhm.
right there because you know how it's Kroos, Modric, and then it's Casemiro playing right behind him.
Yeah,
He didn't. I think that's where he was playing. I can't remember unless it was Gross. I can't remember. But yeah, he where he was playing, he didn't look comfortable. But yeah, it was a great game. Freaking 7 goals in one game. So, but I think we win it at the Bernabeu.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I mean, I watched that Liverpool won today, but I guess they didn't stand a chance.
No,
Villarreal. That's what I
no.
was.
I felt bad for them, dude. Like they were just parking the bus and when they were trying to touch from the back, they just Liverpool was closing all the gaps. So, but yeah,
No, I mean, man, I'm just. I'm just wondering how they beat Bayern.
A
Because
fucking
that would have been a
counterattack.
better match, right? Liverpool
Yeah,
Bayern.
it would have. It would have.
But yeah, no, I think I'm gonna agree with you. Real Madrid, Liverpool.
It's
You
gonna be a
know,
tough. I'm not gonna say Madrid's gonna win it all because Liverpool they're stacked. They're stacked. It'll be a good game. It can go either way if both teams make it. But if City makes it, I'm choosing Liverpool to win it against City if City makes it.
yeah, if City makes it, I think they finally. I want to see them lose,
Yeah.
but I think they would finally win their
Okay.
champion. But I think it's gonna be Madrid, Liverpool, and yeah, I think it'll be tough. It'll be a tough game.
Did you find out the info about
Yeah.
yeah?
So what you said, the team behind them jumps over, and then after they pick, basically, then they would pick.
Okay.
But you let's say you're the first, and you're like, I don't know. Now they take the player you wanted, and now you have to think about what you want to do.
Fuck.
But yeah, I mean that's the draft I'm looking forward for these next. This is the weekend, so the draft is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's just an exciting time. And for us, like I said, if there's a Debo trade, it would suck. I'm gonna be honest, but then I would be excited because all the potential players we can have on our team.
And yeah, and the only thing too, I mean, Ayuk might have a breakout season. So
Yeah, he's been training with
well,
Trey
Lance.
Lance, so yeah, I mean, it would still suck, man. It would suck.
Yeah, definitely.
Debo's like my favorite player on the team, and I was like, I need to get me a Debo jersey, but now I'm like, I gotta wait.
You could
I
buy it.
need,
You could buy it through Fanatics. I don't know if you've seen the commercial, but they have this thing if you buy a jersey and then your that player like leaves the team, you could send the jersey back and get another jersey, something like that.
yeah, because I think yo soy mala suerte. All the jerseys I've bought, they don't play for the Niners no
That's
more.
hella funny because I got the Sherman jersey too, and he doesn't play there no more.
So I have obviously Eric Reed, Kaepernick, Sherman. I have Jimmy. He's probably gonna leave. I mean, I have Kittle. Hopefully, he doesn't leave. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Like I said, these probably next, at this time in 24 hours, we'll know. We'll
Yeah.
know.
Or it happens like at 2 in the morning and we wake up and that's the first news we see.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean, hopefully, whoever stayed this far, man, you guys are crazy, and I'm sure you guys are very interested to know. And hopefully, I provided some information. Like I said, I'm just an amateur. I've been probably studying for the past 2 weeks. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of mock drafts. And if people actually are into it and into this, and they're like, "Man, I wouldn't have picked that player there. You're dumb." Tell me in the comments.
Yeah. Yo, I mean, I didn't say much because I don't really know, but I was learning. I learned a lot. Hopefully, some of the players that you pick get picked.
Yeah, I mean, if dude, that will really make my ego go up if the scenario I draw happens. Shit, Niners hire me. I
For
broke it
real.
down for you. But when should we expect this one? I mean,
Well, we picked Friday, right? So I'll drop it either Thursday night or Friday morning.
yeah, I mean, if we do pick tomorrow, if Debo gets traded, hopefully we could get this one tomorrow. Then
Yeah.
I
You know
see it
what?
all depends what Debo happens, even for us.
I know. Fuck. All right, guys. Well, I want to close it out. I want to thank everybody. Remember, share this. If you want to learn about the draft, share it with your family, friends. Yeah, and thank you. Appreciate your guys' time.
Peace.
Deuces.
That's mama boy.